the main thing that was holding me back was I'm in this office with 150 people. I'm friends with a lot of them. I have a built-in community. Community is one of my core values. So I'm going to leave this place where I know everybody and go rent my own office space and like not have this community. And that was hard.
What's up? Today we are with Lynley Ciorobea in Miami, Florida. What's going on, girl?
Whoop, whoop. How you doing?
I am well. So how long have you, or I guess when did you come over to Real?
October 2024. So we're getting close to a year and a half ago.
I love that. I love that. You know, I don't know when this video is being published or whatever. So like October 2024 could be, you know, a year and a half, or it could be, you know,
10 years.
5 years from now, right? So I kind of want to go through like, because I feel like we knew each other for a while. We ran in the same circles. We hung out.
Yeah.
And then like one day you're like, all right, I want to do it. Let's go. Right. And so I know that obviously like it wasn't like just one day you woke up and you wanted to come to Real.
Right.
Where were you at before you came here?
I was at Berkshire Hathaway, EWM.
Okay. So local office, but at Berkshire Hathaway, everyone's heard of BHHS.
I was with them for 17 years.
That's a really long time. Had you been with any other brokerages, or is that your one?
That was my one and only. And I got licensed there. I started as someone's assistant. Okay. So it was the only brokerage I ever knew.
So then your thought process and decision making probably took a lot longer than you just messaging me and being like, okay, I'm in. Okay, let's do this.
I mean, so I think it's my one of my best qualities and one of my worst qualities that I am, and I got it from my mom, by the way. I'm loyal to a fault. Yeah. And I'm a people pleaser. And I was there for 17 years. I knew everybody. I loved everybody. They loved me. So it felt like I was breaking up, but like it isn't you, it's me. You did nothing wrong. I'm just, so it took me a couple years to get the courage to have that conversation with them.
So obviously like part of that's like, you know, some people may be going through the same thing, but like, what were some of the things that you were like, this is why I can't, like, I remember when we talked initially, like, right, like you were like, hey, let's hop on a Zoom, or let's talk a little bit. I'd like to maybe learn a little bit more about Real. You like had an office, right? Brick and mortar you could go to on a regular basis. And so like what were some of the other things that were like going through your head of like why it maybe was a concern to move?
Largely, why was I concerned about moving? Is that your question?
Or like, yeah, like what were the things that like,
what was holding me back?
Yeah.
Because I could tell you what was pushing me out, but what was holding me back was the main thing that was holding me back was I'm in this office with 150 people. I'm friends with a lot of them. I have a built-in community. Mm-hmm. Community is one of my core values. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to leave this place where I know everybody and go rent my own office space and like not have this community. And that was hard. I mean, it's still hard, but I've learned how to create my own community so that I've rebuilt it in different ways. But that's what really held me back, besides having to have that conversation and not wanting to leave my friend and the president of the company, who I absolutely adore to this day. I adore the man. It was really hard to say, I think it's time for a change. And I'm leaving this community and going to rent my own office space and help grow the Miami Real, you know?
Well, and I think that it's difficult too, because it's like, you don't know what the future holds. But you're also an action taker, right? And so like, I know you like have attended lots of different events that have been put on both by agents and by Real across the state. I know like you recently started something that's like not necessarily like a Real thing, but more so like just to like feel community and do that. And like, so you've done like a few masterminds and things like that.
Yep.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So, well, I generally think in Miami, I'm in a group called Master Broker Forum. If you've sold a certain volume, you can apply to join the group. And I'm in this group. It tends to be, they hold meetings in places that I don't care to go. I haven't like gotten a lot from it. And there's not a lot of other ways to network with real estate agents.
Okay.
So I thought, what the heck? I see all my friends at Real doing it. I should just start a mastermind in Miami. So I've blown it to everybody that I know that's a real estate agent and beyond, on Instagram, on email, every which way I can think. And it's growing, but real or not real, to me, it's like a great way to network with agents that I already know and like, but that we can share ideas.
Yeah.
And I think there's such, I'm sure this exists in other markets, but there's such a hunger for it from people.
Yeah.
That we never, at least at my old company, we never cross-pollinated with other companies.
Yeah.
And it's been great. Everybody that's come to these meetings has loved it. They all say they can't wait till the next one. Like, we're talking about lead gen. We're talking about inspections. I mean, we're talking about anything and everything about our businesses to share ideas, which is what Real does so incredibly well. But nobody in my market does it at all. So we'll see where it goes.
Well, and so just to like, you guys are doing this at like a breakfast spot, coffee shop.
At the moment,
office,
I'm
like,
at a coffee shop. I feel like we're going to outgrow it. It's sort of hard to, I need to find a better spot.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and so, okay, you're doing this at a coffee shop, and then you're basically, you have some topics of conversation for the day.
Yeah. I mean, I usually come, I stress about it a lot.
Yeah.
I usually text you and say, Katie, what am I doing? And you talk me off of the ledge. But it's, the reality is we've never had 5 minutes of awkwardness ever. Forget 5 minutes. We've never had 5 seconds. Like there's, this group could talk all day. So one meeting, I had a topic in mind and we never even touched on it because the conversation started and off it went and I just let it roll. You know?
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so, I kind of want to go back to like the why Real, right? Okay. And so you,
so what
was the driving factor for you?
Okay. That's what I wanted to say. So I was at this company. I had been there for 17 years. Some of the best agents in Miami were there. And I joke that like all the corners of the office started leaving. You only had a corner office if you were producing big, right? And then all the corners are missing. I'm like, where is everyone going and why are they leaving?
Yeah.
So you just start asking yourself, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So a lot of the really big agents ended up leaving and going to various companies. At that time, I'm starting to network more beyond Miami. Like when I was first in this business, I didn't do any searching outside of my 4 walls to try to be better at my job. But somebody introduced me to the conference world and I was like, ooh, I like this. So I start meeting agents from everywhere, from all over the country, from all different brokerages. You start to feel things out, feel people out, understand the way that different people do business, understand there's more than one way to do this. Like there's so much to learn. And I think a lot of people, a lot of agents do a lot of analyzing, like which brokerage is the best? Where's my split going to be the best? And where's the right, a lot of different ways to slice it. I'll be honest. For me, I'm like a feeling person. How does it feel? Like what, and every time I met an agent from Real, I was like, oh, I like them. And like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but that I just jived with all the Real agents and they were total go-getters, but they were down to earth and there was just something about them that was so much more me. I'm not going to say any names, but some agencies feel like country clubs. It feels like, I'm surrounded by that in Miami. Like, I don't need more of that where I work.
Yeah.
I just wanted a place where I felt like I'd fit in and I'd be pushed to be better every day. And okay, yes, the split's better. And I was to say,
let's dig into the financials, right? And so like previous brokerage, like what were like general splits or what did that look like? Like, so did you cap?
There was no such thing as a cap.
Yeah.
And every deal had a split to the broker and a split to the franchise or to the
franchise fees. Yeah.
The franchisees. So, I mean, I got to the highest level I could get, but you can't get any higher than that. Okay. I think my last year there, I was over $100,000 in
payment to the brokerage.
Payment to them.
So then you come here and you're on an 85-15 with a 12K cap.
Right.
And then, you hit elite agent, right?
Well, so my first year I joined it in the middle of October, and before Christmas I capped.
Yep.
So that was crazy. And then maybe 10 months in I hit elite. So I you know, again, I'm not the analytical type. I didn't like dig down every hole to figure out what I was getting. I'm just like, let's just go. And I know I'm going to be taken care of, and this feels good. So I hit elite, and I get this email, like they sent me 16,000 stock dollars.
Yeah.
Like, what? I mean, I probably knew that was going to happen, but when it happens, I'm like, are they paying me to be here, or am I paying them?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go to my, I also have opted into the stock program. So every closing that I have, a little piece goes to buy
bucks.
stocks. And when I open that app to see how much is in it, every time I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
I don't even know it's there. It's just growing while I sit here and work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
incredible.
All right. What do you feel like people should know about that? I mean, there's this is a video. There's tons of videos out there. There's tons of content out there. You can Google things. You can ask ChatGPT. You can do lots of research. But what's something that you were either surprised about or didn't know, or is maybe not readily available in info out there, but people should know, kind of thing. Anything come to mind?
I mean, the one thing that I would say, and maybe you can find this out there, the amount of people that are willing to help and talk and share and help problem solve. I was at a brokerage where everybody, we all loved each other, but there wasn't I wasn't surrounded by people that were hungry to grow. I was surrounded by people that came to work and they sold a few houses and they made a fine living, and that they were happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked around at one point and I was like, I'm one of the top agents at this company and I shouldn't be. Right. So I want to be surrounded by people that want to grow, that are doing way more than I am.
Yeah.
Because I know there's so much more room for me. I feel like here I'm in the swimming pool with the right people that have that mindset, but not only that they have the mindset, they're willing to help me when I get stuck.
Yeah.
I feel like every day at every hour, I could log on to some Zoom and learn something. It's to the point that I had to start deleting them from my calendar because they were so distracting. Oh shoot, I can't make that one today. Lynley, you don't have to go to every mastermind.
Yeah, you could definitely fill your entire day with masterminds, but we also need to go out and sell houses. So
right. I love learning, and I'm not always so good at implementing. It's stop learning and start implementing. That to me was really blew my mind. How many agents are out there just trying to help the other agents do better?
Yeah.
Because that's not the culture. I came from a culture of community, but it wasn't that kind of community.
Community, going to get martinis.
Yeah.
But not give me your playbook.
Right.
Yeah. All right. What would be something that you would I don't want to say what would be something you would change, but is there anything I feel like South Florida isn't as populated as maybe some other markets are, right? And so I know when you first joined, especially there weren't a ton of agents, and now more and more are coming over. And there's people, but I think in my mind, I feel like South Florida is kind of spread out. So an agent in Fort Lauderdale isn't going to come sell in Miami. I know you're very specific in where you sell for the most part.
Right.
So can we talk a little bit about that aspect of kind of being one of the first few, because there's we do have some, but one of the first few agents in your area?
I actually think for me that's the hardest part right now. I crave community and I crave it locally. So I'm, I have a monthly mastermind, which is definitely feeding that desire. But what I want the most is for more agents in my market to join Real so that I can create the community I had at my last brokerage right where I am. That's my dream. And that, because I'm at a WeWork type of an office, that probably won't last forever. If we do this, I'm going to have to find another place. But if that's my biggest problem, because we have such a big group, I'd be thrilled.
Well, I mean, and I think that like obviously there is some opportunity, right? Like, but you also there's opportunity in that you can like build it and bring people over, but like you also have to put in the work to do so. Like people aren't just
Yeah.
going to join Real
No, I
with
know.
you because you're the one agent there, right? And so that's
Right.
where I think like a lot of times people see the opportunity of like, oh, like maybe my market isn't as saturated, and like so it's a good thing or a bad thing, right? But like if you're in a market, you're watching this and you're in a market that's like not as real heavy as maybe some other markets, like it does require a lot of work and a lot of commitment to say, okay, I'm going to do this every single month or every single quarter, and this is going to be a weekly thing, and like these are the things I'm going to do. So it's not like, again, if you're the one agent in XYZ city, like people aren't just going to join because you're the one agent.
Right. So. Well, and having been in this business for so long, I know a lot of agents in Miami, and I often say, like, I feel like it should be illegal for me to do what I do and make money and enjoy my job. Cause like I love what I do and I make money doing it. I feel like it should be illegal to work at a company that's this great. And I wish I could be better at telling everybody that. I'm too busy selling to like go say, no, this company's amazing.
Yeah.
What I learn, who I'm surrounded by, what they offer, it's insane. I'm not telling the story well enough. So. I think you are, Katie.
I love it. All right. Anything else that you wanna share or add that we didn't touch on?
I don't think so. I mean, every day I open the emails and I think, oh my gosh, like another thing. I have been so happy since I joined. You know, I was worried I would regret leaving. Mm-hmm. And I've never once looked back. Yeah, I just think like it was the best decision I could have made. I shouldn't have waited as long as I did to do it. Mm-hmm. And I understand why I did. You know, I had to get through telling somebody that I loved that I didn't want to be there anymore. That was hard.
Yeah.
But once I did that, that was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm so happy here. I just need to grow it now.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I love it. I appreciate you.
Thank you.